DJ Mapori Sakabs the small teaming up with Tato Hati, Youngstana, and Kosazana daughter, right on 105.5. Barry Abantuana Bako, Halaletsang's favorite.
Yes.
How are you, Kali?
I'm good, thanks, and yourself?
I'm very good, thank you. So, we'll be having a chat with Halaletsang Nyama for this amazing segment, Yes Student for Science. So, Halaletsang Nyama is a 24-year-old from Pretoria, pursuing her honors degree in microbiology. She's a dynamic individual who seamlessly blends science and creativity. As a proud member of the Golden Key International Honor Society and American Society for Microbiology, Nyama demonstrates her commitment to excellence and research. Outside of her academic pursuits, Nyama is a multifaceted creative. She is a DJ, a dancer, and a YouTuber, showcasing her talents on her channel. Her content focuses on self expression through movement, rhythm, and storytelling, offering a glimpse into her creative journey and student life. Nyama's philosophy is that science and art are not mutually exclusive, but rather complementary ways of understanding the world. Whether she's spinning the decks, choreography routines, or exploring the microscope world, she embodies a spirit of innovation and authenticity. Hi, hi.
Hello, thank you so much. That was so
How
amazing.
are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me here.
Thank you for honoring the invite. How was your day?
My day it has been okay. I was just studying, nothing much.
All right. So let's get into it. What inspired you to pursue a career in science, and what have been some of the biggest challenges you faced so far?
I think what inspired me was that I enjoyed science in high school, so I thought, why don't I, try this actually. And I initially wanted to become a medical doctor, and then I decided I don't want to be in contact with the patients. I want to be that person in the back that is the one who tests everything. So and then that's how I branched into science. And yes, it's very fascinating. I think that's why I decided to just study this. It's very study of these microorganisms that you cannot see. It's fascinating to me. And one of the challenges so far I can say is not having a bursary, because I feel like that kind of it made me think, should I go back to school to further my studies? I know I want to further my studies, but I don't have the financial support. Should I do it or not? But I'm grateful that I did come, and I'm grateful for my family for helping me come back here. Yeah.
No, we're grateful as well. And anybody who's listening, a sponsor, please come through with the best
Please.
So, how do you balance academic responsibilities with other aspects of your life?
I make time, hey? I feel like in everything you want, everything you love, you just have to make time. So I have a schedule. I make sure that I count I account for almost every hour that I have. So yes, I have a diary where I write from this time to this time. This is what I'll be doing when I take a study break. Maybe I'll be doing videos on my YouTube channel. You see, yeah, just make a schedule.
Interesting.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about your current research project? What are you working on, and what do you hope to achieve?
Okay, my research is the title is called Monoclonal Antibody Inhibition of SARS-CoV-2. So, SARS-CoV-2, it's basically what COVID-19 is SARS-CoV-2 is the virus that causes coronavirus. So, what I'm doing in the lab is that I'm taking those monoclonal antibodies. So, these are the antibodies that we produce in the lab. What I'm trying to achieve is that I want to block the entry of the COVID-19 from entering into our body. So the COVID-19 virus, it targets the ACE2 receptors in our bodies. So these receptors are found in your lungs, your kidneys, your heart. So what I'm trying to achieve is that I can block the entry of the virus. I think people think that because not most people are infected with COVID-19 is no longer there, but we actually have a new variant called NB181. So yes, I hope that I can achieve this and stop entry of COVID-19 in our bodies.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what inspired you to specifically choose that topic, but I can hear from
You right?
Yeah. Thank you so much for
You're
covering that.
welcome.
So, how has being a science student impacted your worldview or perspective on life?
Wow, it has made me become more aware and more curious of everything happening around us. I feel like you know, a lot of things are happening and it's easier for you to just close your eyes and move on because it's not affecting you. But science has made me become more curious and like ask questions like, why is this happening, why are they giving us this? And it has made me appreciate life even more because I'm studying like microorganisms. You cannot see these things, but I have like later learned and understood the impact that these microorganisms have like on us and on our bodies, on our ecosystem. They are very important because without some certain bacteria in your body you can't even survive, you know. So it has made me really appreciate life more.
Thank you. Are there any role models or mentors who have inspired you in your scientific journey?
Yes, it's mostly like my lectures, Dr. Fortunate Mukwena, Prof. Hazel, and Miss Nanabi. Miss Nanabi is my co-supervisor. So like I've seen her in the lab and like how she handles pressure. And these lectures like have taught me that like there's more in this industry. It's not like actually how people perceive it. I feel like in high schools we are never like taught that there's an occupation out there like being a virologist, you know, being a medical scientist. So they've like showed me that there's more in this industry and that I can do it, I can face whatever may come my way.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think you just touched on a very important point, Tori. You know, when you get into STEM, you think you want to be a doctor or an engineer.
Yes,
You don't know about
yes.
all these amazing careers
True.
within the STEM.
Yes, I feel like there's a lot we need to do. We need to go to high schools and teach them this. Like, there's actually a lot we can do in this industry. There's a lot we don't know of. So, a lot of people need to hear about that.
Sure. So, what advice would you give to students who are starting out in science? Maybe they're afraid, Diana.
Yeah. First thing I want to say, don't be afraid. I know it can be intimidating. You might be scared, but don't be afraid. You need to like get out of your comfort zone, try new things, and ask your teachers, you know, have questions, ask your lecturers, ask your teachers, why is this happening? How can I do this? You know, other people are really like, they want to help you, but if you're not asking, they can't do that. So you need to get out of your comfort zone and just ask question and have a support system, people who support you in this journey, because it's not an easy one. Like life in science is not easy. You need people who you can lean into and like always ask for help and support. Yeah.
Sure. So I wanted to ask, I'm digressing a bit.
Okay.
Away from home, who do you lean
Yes.
onto? Yeah.
I have friends, you know, that I lean on to, and I have a church. So, yeah, it's like I love my church so much. They're like my family, and you know, my supervisor and co-supervisor, they're very like kind. So I can always go to them and ask, you know, or if I'm having issues outside of school, you know. So yeah.
That's actually amazing.
Thank you.
Are there any misconceptions about being a scientist you would like to dispel?
Yes, I feel like a lot of people think scientists are boring people and very serious people, and that's not the case. Like, here I am, and I'm a creative,
Exactly.
you see, and yes, like, I also thought that, but when I spoke to my like lecturers and like they open up to me, tell me about like how they grew up, how they went to school, what they're doing in their careers, you can learn that there's actually more to this. They're not like serious boring people. They're very creative. Some have families, you know, they're very fun. So there's a lot you can do, and yes, I think that's what I
Thank you
want to
so
say.
much for that.
You're welcome.
Now we're wrapping up our conversation. Is there anything you want to say to anybody who's wanting to pursue STEM? Maybe they just like, oh, I'm deviating, but maybe they need to go back. If they could just hear something that you would say to them.
I would say don't be discouraged. You know, you don't have to be a genius to make it in this career. All you have to do is work hard and be committed. If you want to do it, you can do it. If you want to be a scientist, you can be a scientist. Just be committed and be curious. Ask questions. There's always someone there to help you.
Sure. Thank you so much for that. There's always someone there
Yes.
to help you. Thank you so much for that. Khalilitang. Where can we find you on the socials, your YouTube channel?
So at Khalalitsang Nyama on my YouTube channel, Queen.Nyama on Instagram, Khali.nyama on TikTok.
Oh, she goes on
Yes,
TikTok.
Khali.nyama also on Twitter.
Thank you so much.
You're
Khali. Thanks so much for coming
welcome.
through. I think, we take these conversations for granted, but the moment you get to have these interactions with those who are actually in the STEM field, get to understand that it's actually possible.
Yes,
You know?
actually.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you for the invite. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you for coming through.
I'm gonna take it there. Lonely Park. And this is 105.5.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Khali.
you.
I'm gonna have to take a picture.
Okay.
Of the picture.
No
Do you
problem.
have a nice phone? Because mine is sometimes okay.
How do I put them?
You can just put them on the table.
Thank you.